All right, let's take a look at the games. I'm actually very lucky tonight. My friend Dan is here. He's going to do some duo annotating with me. Dan's a really awesome player. I'm pretty lucky to have him as my limited coach. He's one of 2 PTQs. He's played in 3 Pro Tours. His limited rating was above 1900 at points. So he's a pretty awesome guy. I'm looking forward to see what he's got to say about these games. All right, let's check out the first one. Oh yeah, Dan, you can say hi, by the way.
Hi.
All right, there's Dan. He really exists. I'm not making up imaginary friends. Now in this match, I decided to keep an opening hand consisting of 5 lands, a fire spout, and heartbeat of spring.
Yeah, I'd keep this.
Really?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you fire spout and then you draw something good, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I draw a mountain. All right.
Mountains are good.
Mountains are good. I love mountains.
Yeah.
All right, my opponent on turn 2 puts down some mana fixing of the temporary variety.
I haven't played in like 5 years. I don't know what any of these new cards do.
So this is 3 charges. You can get any color to your mana pool.
Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. So I draw Devil's Play, which might be good at some point. Put down a mountain.
That's great with the heartbeat.
I know, it's a combo. So let's just hope my opponent does nothing for 10 more turns. Well, he puts this land that lets him sack a creature to draw a card, and then puts down a Recurring Nightmare. So it's a pretty strong card, lets him swap creatures out of his graveyard from those that are in play. At this point, I decide not to play the Heartbeat of Spring. I feel like not giving my opponent any mana. I suppose I could have played it and then played All This Dust next turn if my opponent did drop something. What do you think about that, Dan?
Yeah, I might hold off a couple turns until I actually had something to do with the mana.
All right. Well, good. I made a move that Dan approves of. This is good. My opponent plays a different land. So he's got 3 different colors here: green, white, black, and then, of course, anything he wants from the sphere. For 5 mana sources total. What does he do with all that mana? He plays...
Oh, hey, that's pretty cool.
Something pretty cool. Yeah. Now, he does need something in his graveyard first before he can actually use this with Recurring Nightmare in combo. On my next turn, I make a pretty tragic error. I draw this Wickerbout Elder, which is great, and for some reason, I decide to play him when I don't actually have the mana yet to use it to kill off the enchantment. I'm not exactly sure what I was thinking. That is a mistake, right, Dan?
I don't know. I have no... What is this format? This is bizarre looking.
What do you mean?
This is like all these cards from all these different formats.
Oh, yeah. It's Cube.
Cube, okay.
They just picked 720 cards. 360 make it into each cube, so it's quite unpredictable.
Okay, yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, it seems fine. I don't know.
All right.
What else are you going to do with your cards?
Yeah, well, I miss out on the chance to actually use Wickerbout Elder, because now he plays Living Death. So, I don't know. I guess that was I think he just did this so that...
This looks like a constructed deck from, like, 1999.
Yeah, at this point, pretty much, yeah. So I guess he just did this to get rid of my Wickerbout Elder before I could kill off his Recurring Nightmare. So my guy and his guy die. When his guy dies, he gets to find an enchantment, so I hold my breath. Fortunately, all he digs out is a fertile ground in his forest, which I guess could have been a lot worse.
I think normally he wants to get the Recurring Nightmare.
That's... yeah, that would do it. So I guess with that already in play, he doesn't have to care. Alright, I draw Grim Monolith. I could... at this point, maybe play Heartbeat of Spring and get ready to All His Dust. That would get rid of the ground.
At this point, I'd go for it. I mean, after you get the Heartbeat out, how much can you Fireball for? It's
quite a bit.
That's going to be... Next turn, it would...
10, 11, 12.
Yeah, and then you can flash it back and kill him, right?
Oh, I think I underestimated how quick I was to getting this to actually be within killing range. Yep, I should have done that. I should have just played the Heartbeat of Spring and then done that, because then I would have won. All right, this turn he does kind of a weird play.
Well, he would have gotten that out of your hand, right? So you wouldn't have actually...
That's true, that's true.
Well, you had the Fire Spout, so...
Yeah, I had the Fire Spout. So, okay, so he makes a pretty neat move here. So...
Oh, I think I see it.
So he puts this guy into play. The effect is that you can look at your opponent's hand and exile a card, and then when the creature dies, the card comes back into play.
Is he going to sack it to draw a card?
Very nice. Yes, he sacks it to actually draw a card. What this does is it puts the return the exiled card ability onto the stack. There's no card to return. He draws a card from his land, and then whichever card he chooses to exile is removed permanently. He chooses... I mean, I think he's got to get rid of the Devil's Play or the Heartbeat. Otherwise, he is dead.
Probably the Devil's Play.
And the Devil's Play seems like the better one to get rid of. Well, he might have made a mistake here. He chose all his dust.
Maybe, I mean, he could just be really relying on the Recurring Nightmare.
Maybe. Yeah, so he plays a forest, doesn't do anything else. Now, I think at this point I realized I could actually kill him in 2 turns with the Devil's Play.
Because with the Recurring Nightmare, he can keep doing that with the... whatever that guy is, and get all the cards out of your hand.
Oh, I see. He just needs to put a creature down that he can sack, get it out.
Draw a card, yeah.
Oh, I see. He was going for a combo to just exile all my cards.
Yep.
I see. And that's why
that seems a little bit too slow. He has to count on you not trying to burn him out.
So maybe I got lucky in the fact that he just didn't... He apparently didn't draw any more creatures, because he didn't do that trick again. Or did he? Oh no, he did. He played Creep with Leech.
Oh, that's really cool with Recurring Nightmare too.
Yeah. It's pretty handy because you can just sacrifice the token to the Liege. Well, what else did he do on his turn? Tumble Magnet. Ah, yes, he can tap target artifact or creature. Well, it's not relevant because I have no creatures.
Well, it's good against Super Monolith.
It is, but I have enough mana to untap it.
Oh, yeah.
So I was lucky here that I had enough mana open that he couldn't use it on my Monolith. And he was smart. He did not try to tap out my Monolith.
Really? I think he should have done that to stall out some time against the Fireball, because you get it down this turn, you get... I'm not doing the math here right.
I think you're right, though. He should have tapped the Monolith in, like, my upkeep.
Yeah.
Because he knew I had this. He should have tapped my Monolith in my upkeep.
Well, upkeep doesn't matter because it stays tapped.
Oh, does it... Does the upkeep mana... It doesn't go through to your main, right?
It doesn't, no.
Right, so he could have done it in my upkeep.
But I mean, if he did it during your turn, it wouldn't untap anyway.
Right.
Or his turn, I mean.
Well, on his turn, I had 2 mountains open, which with the Heartbeat,
I could
have untapped right then. But
Never
if he did
mind.
it...
Yeah, you're right. I was miscounting that.
No, it's okay. So if he did it in my upkeep, though, then I would have lost some mana. Well, he didn't do it. He missed it. And so at this point, I realized that with the Devil's Play and the Heartbeat of Spring, I can win. Now, I made a slight misplay. This is me clicking through, putting all the mana in. There was a Mana Tithe going around the draft, and he does have a Plains open in 1 card. So I should have played around it and left 1 mana to be able to pay for the Mana Tithe, because that would have been really embarrassing. Is that like a Force
Spike or something?
It's a Force Spike in white.
Okay.
So it would have been a really embarrassing way to lose, but I just put everything in. He luckily didn't have it. So I burn him for 16. I'm ready to flash it back.
Fire Spot doesn't kill players, does it?
Nope. Just creatures with flying, creatures without flying, provided you have green and red mana. So he gets his token on.
Right.
He sacks it. Gets back the Sculler.
It's not going to stop the thing in your graveyard.
Nope. He does the thing. He draws a card. Gets rid of the Fire Spout. Plays back the Recurring Nightmare. And concedes.
Oh, so you did win that way.
So that game, I won that way. Yep. The second game of this opponent was the one game that I forgot to do the trick for. I did catch a bunch of other games that MTGO missed with the trick, so it was a very worthy trick to have. I just forgot the second game. In the second game, he did nothing, and I beat him down with creatures. So it wasn't super exciting. All right, round 2 had some pretty good games in it. Let's get the first game out. All right, these are some longer games.
Deathbur 1980.
Yep.
Okay.
He's maybe a 32-year-old man. Alright, I decided to keep this hand. It seems perfectly solid. Got some removal thing, Moment's Peace. Oh, these are all solid things.
Oh, he's got Flame Tongue Kavu.
I got the Kavu, yep.
Wow.
Puts a Lotus Bloom into Suspend. I put it down a mountain. I got this nice Oracle to look forward to if I can get more land at some point. Alright, the Lotus Bloom ticks down. He puts down this Pride Mage, which is, you know, a good early beater. And I really think I could have put this Powder Keg down. I was afraid of him sacrificing this Pride Mage to kill the Powder Keg, but honestly, this Powder Keg turned out to be kind of crappy anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, that I'd be happy with that. I don't want that guy attacking for 3 every turn.
Yeah, I made a big blunder here. I just didn't cast the Powder Keg. I was just being retarded. So he gets another charge counter off the Lotus Bloom. Swings at me for 3 damage. Now he is mana screwed, so he's relying pretty heavily on that Lotus Bloom.
Guess what you could do is you play the Powder Keg and then kill the Lotus Bloom right before he gets to use it.
Oh my god, I could have done that. Holy, yeah, I could have done it in his upkeep. Whoa, that would have been it. Dan, this is why I like having you around. I just would never have seen that. Yep, that would have been an incredibly smart play. He might have even actually
Sacrificed
the guy,
yeah.
which would have been great. Well, I did not see that doing. I actually still could have done that here. It was still an option. But instead I chose to play down my mana elf because I haven't been drawing lands, so I could use some more mana. Alright, the Lotus Bloom comes back. He's still land screwed. Swings at me for 3.
Man, that guy's so strong.
He's pretty strong, and for 5 mana he plays...
What is this thing?
The Planeswalker.
The Black Vampire Lifelink.
One thing I didn't realize about that Planeswalker is that this emblem business...
That's permanent, right?
It's permanent. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I was like, wow, that looks terrible. Why would you ever do that? But it's actually permanent.
Stripe to 3 target creatures and or other Planeswalkers routine. Oh, wow, that's pretty amazing there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of amazing. So, you know, that was a really costly play. I had this terrible Powder Keg, and I could have actually used it for something good. Well, he uses the up ability to put a lifelinker down to block my elves. I draw still no more mana. Maybe I should have just fire spouted here and...
Just hit him a little? Well, he can just keep making guys, right?
That's true. At least it would have stopped him from using the down ability. I just totally underestimated that. I thought it was temporary. So what did I do?
The Oracle? Yeah.
I played the Oracle to try to get out of my land. Screw. Unfortunately, this was not a land, so I couldn't get to use it here.
What does this guy actually do? He just lets you play land off the top of your deck?
Right, and you can play an extra land a turn.
Okay.
So in theory, if 2 lands are on top of your deck, you get pretty awesome card advantage. Alright, he does make another dude, so now he's 1 away from his ultimate. And has plenty of blockers. And he swings at me. He then ousts my mana elf, which is quite a devastating play.
Oh, that's rough.
Because I get some life back, but that means that the card on top of my deck is going to be that guy, and I have to waste a turn drawing him. So I can't do anything this turn except for play down my little mana mirror and pass. Alright, he is still mana screwed, but it's okay because he has a Fiend Hunter.
Well, you get your guy back and you protect it with Fire Spout.
Yeah.
Or from Fire Spout.
Yep. So he chooses to do the mirror, which makes sense because I am mana screwed, I suppose. He now puts down this emblem, and that's when I realize that that is permanent. And swings at me with his life-linked guys, whom I now cannot block.
Oh, why can't you block him?
Oh, they're 2/2s.
Well, you could have done that, and if you're going to Fire Spout.
Oh, if I was going to Fire Spout. Yeah, that would have made sense. I should have done that. Did I not Fire Spout here?
It looks like you're Fire Spouting here.
I thought about Fire Spouting. I thought about it, and then I did it. Okay, yeah, so I just took damage for no reason last time, to the tune of 2 points of damage. Huh, okay. Well, silly me. So, everything wipes out. I'm feeling pretty good. I got mana, I got a dude, I have lots of good stuff in my hand.
He doesn't know you're not going to draw anything useful next turn, though.
Oh, that's true. He knew that I could not play that thing that I was about to draw. He makes another dude, which because of the emblem actually does stop me from trying to beat down his Planeswalker, so it's a little bit problematic.
What is that thing? Creatures you can roll. You have haste. Oh, that's really good.
It's pretty handy.
Everything in this format's really good.
Good old cube. I decided to put down the Heartbeat of Spring, just so that then I could actually play this guy, or this guy, later.
Well, you could play it right now, right? Or the Flame Tongue you could play right now.
Yeah, I can.
Or the hero you could.
Yeah, that's right. I can play the Flame Tongue or the hero right now. I guess I decided to hold back on the Flame Tongue in case he plays something bigger, so I played the hero. But sadly, because of that emblem, this vampire can actually...
Well, the Powder Keg's good again now.
Powder Keg is good, because now I can clear out some of his tokens. He makes another token, gets dude up to 5. And plays Master of the Wild Hunt.
What is... Okay, I gotta read all these. This thing is too much text. I thought they stopped doing that years ago.
No, it's all text all the time.
Okay.
It's just really strong, actually. It's kind of like removable.
Oh, okay. It's like Tracker, but you use the wolves instead of himself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So fortunately, I do have this Flame Tongue. which lets me take care of that. So I can get rid of his wolf man. And I put down my mana elves. And I also decided to go for the powder keg here, just because if when I use it to blow up his tokens, I can now finish off his planeswalker. So sadly, he does have condemn. So he gets rid of my big dude, and I only take his planeswalker down by 2. And that's the turn. So I'm feeling pretty good. I got creatures, he doesn't. I have Moment's Peace. I have another thing about to come online. Life is pretty good, but then he wraths. So everything goes away.
And he's going to play a vamp. Yeah, there he goes.
He makes another token.
Mother of Runes, wow.
Mother of Runes.
Oh, I bet that gives your deck fits.
Little bit. It's not as bad as Burnt and Forge Tender, but it's kind of annoying. So he manages to just play out. It totally reverses the board. Because of this Heartbeat of Spring, he had enough mana to both Wrath and replenish himself. Alright. Put down the Elder.
Oh, that's surprising. Why didn't you make him chump block with the 4/4?
Me?
Yeah. He has haste, right?
Yeah. I play him too. I have enough.
Oh, you do have enough. I see.
Yep. So now they both have haste.
I can't even do basic.
Oh, I don't attack. Oh, I don't attack this guy. Interesting. I wonder why. I guess I thought maybe he would double block.
Oh, that would be
and kill him.
Fine, I think.
But then oh my god, then I could have killed his planeswalker. I should have done that. I should totally have done that. Because then he could have saved the Mother of Runes, but getting that planeswalker off the board would have been really good.
Wait, save her with what?
Well, right now he can just, block me. If I had attacked with both guys, I could have.
Right, no, but I mean, he would have had to block with both of his creatures.
Right. He either saves the planeswalker.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
But then one of his things dies.
I see.
And he has to tap the other one. Although it's really the same thing now, I suppose, because he only chose to just chump with the token. Yeah, there's not much I could have done. I was just afraid of him double blocking and killing this.
I think that would have been fine because the Mother of Runes is really going to give you a hard time here.
Yeah. So nice that creatures that he owns go untapped, so that token cannot chump at least. He fiddles with his mana and plays Doran. Kind of a mistake, I think, before attacking. That makes the champion just a little bit weaker.
Definitely.
So that was kind of silly.
Oh, it also negates those tokens. The whatever those are, the permanent +1s.
Oh yeah, the mantles. It's true. I guess he just wanted a big dude down. Alright, I get the Rift Bolt. Alright, so finally I can kill off the Planeswalker. Swing at him. He blocks with the Mother of Runes, makes her protection from red. Oh no, yes, so then the Wicker Bow sadly didn't have anything that he could have removed his -1/-1 counter for, except for my own Heartbeat, I suppose. So I get his thing down to 1, but I decided I don't want to really risk it. I just Rift Bolt to finish off the Planeswalker. Okay, so the score here is I have big dudes, but I have this Moment of Peace to buy me some turns, so I feel like I've got a shot. Plus he is only at 4 lands. Granted, they're 4 pretty good lands. Maybe I should have blown that up, so I could have killed the Planeswalker and saved the Rift Bolt.
It looks like you have a lot of double red stuff in the deck, though, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what your deck has in the way of outs.
There's Moment of Peace. I draw pretty good thing.
Hey, that is pretty good.
So I attack without putting this guy down. I guess that makes sense because he's at 27 hit points, but maybe I should have just played him and swung with as many tokens as I could. They would have all had haste from this dude. That probably would have been smart.
Yeah, you probably could have attacked with a couple of them.
Yeah, I should have just done that. Instead, I only hit him for 3 damage. And I play my Hermit down. So at the very least, I have enough chump blocking action going on now. This is the only thing that can kill me, and it's 4 turns away from doing that, 5 factoring in the Moment of Peace. So he puts down a Loam Line. It's a 3/3. Attacks with just his shadowy dude. Gets me down to 6.
Yeah, that's going to be really hard to deal with the Mother of Runes on the board.
So I pay the Hermit to keep him around. And I get all his dust, so...
Hey.
Not a bad top deck. So now I really regret not having put some of these squirrels down and attacked last turn. At this point, you know, I attack with as much as I think I can afford to, just to get him as low as I can. He Doran's blocks my Elder. I don't really mind because it's going to die anyway. And then the rest of the damage goes in.
We must realize something's up at this point.
You would think. You would think.
He's not attacking. Well, yeah.
He just attacks with the guy. Draw a mountain. Start to play my burn, then I realized, what am I doing? So I gave him a signal that I started tapping and then did nothing.
Right.
And then I give another good signal by it's swinging with everything, including my 1/1. So he doesn't take the hint, though. He just blocks my big guy and lets all the other damage go through. So I get him down to 7, actually.
Wow.
And then I play my Artifact Wrath. And it's not a color, so Mother of Runes is not useful. It's really pretty perfect top deck.
It doesn't protect against Wrath anyway.
Oh, that's true.
It's a sacrifice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that's a good point. So now it's all clear. He does have the advantage in that, you know, he has a card, and he's just gonna draw an extra card, and I'm top decking. But at least I have a chance, and it's nice that one of his cards is Devoted Druid. So, you know, it's anyone's game. I draw Mountain. I keep it in my hand, you know, just to make him think maybe I have something.
Is this the same guy you played last game?
No, this is round 2.
Oh, so he doesn't have the thing to search your hand and stuff.
Right. This is a new dude. That guy I beat in the first round and then beat him down the second. Now Tarmogoyf is a mighty 9/9 at this point.
It even triggers off Tribal.
Tribal. Oh wow.
Right? All is dust. That's a tribal spell.
Holy cow! Yeah. Now he swings at me with his Druid, which with the Mantle is a 1/2. It's pretty great. Oh no, there were 3 Wrath effects played this game. The Fire Spout, his Day of Judgment, and then my Tribal Sorcery. I get a Forest. I make a mistake here, and I concede. But I had the Moment's Peace still in my graveyard.
Oh, sure.
I could have bought myself another turn. And
Wait. Are you able to draw a card here? Can you see what?
Oh my God! Could I actually see?
No, it doesn't let you.
No, it doesn't.
That's just in the game itself.
Just in the game. Yeah. So. Yeah, I could have played the Forest, or the Mountain, whatever. Let him swing at me, Moment's Peace, and then had I drawn that burn spell, I think I actually had enough lands. 1, 2, 3,
it looks
4,
like it,
5, 6, 7.
And that's another reason not to hold too many lands in your hand when you have an X spell like that.
Yep. And the thing is, if I had swung at him that one turn when I played my Hermit after attacking, I might have had a few extra outs. I don't have any haste. Yeah, I don't have. There was a guy at the bottom of the library whose haste he was condemned. So yeah, I definitely had a chance. I just didn't get a percentage play in there. So he beat me in a pretty protracted first match. All right, let's take a look at the second game against the guy. I decided to play first. I don't know why the cube has made me a new man. I play first now. So this looks like a pretty good hand.
Playing first with Stunted Growth, that's great.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So I have 4 of the 5 mana I'll need. I have 1 Mountain. Another would be nice, but it's okay. And plus I have Moment's Peace, which is really strong. He has Mother of Runes on turn 1. I put down a Forest. Heartbeat of Spring, which I draw, I think, every single game.
I hope you play a turn 3 Heartbeat. And then Stunted Growth.
So he's got this Pride Mage again.
Oh, well.
And I think that scared me off.
Really? I think that's fine for him to...
Oh, no, there was... Okay, something else came up. So
okay, well, we'll see what happens.
I drew Earthquake. And his Mother of Runes, he tapped it to attack.
Oh, yeah, kill him.
With Exalted. So I figured this is my chance.
This is your chance. This is it.
And I Earthquake before he can use the Mother of Runes to save himself or whatever.
Yeah, that looks excellent.
Alright, and the next turn I'm playing the Oracle. Life seems good. He plays a sack land, gets all his colors, and gets the Blade Splicer.
What is this?
Well, this thing is really cool, actually. So it's a 1/1.
Okay.
It comes with a 3/3 Golem, and the Golem creatures you own get first strike.
Oh, that is really cool.
And for only 3 mana. I don't understand.
Wait, so you just get like 4... Oh, it's a rare. Okay, that explains it.
Yeah, I mean...
You don't normally get 4 power.
It's not legendary or anything.
Okay.
It's just good. So, kind of sad that I couldn't, Earthquake all that away as well, but don't want to get too greedy. Alright, at 4 mana, I put down the Oracle just so that if I do get flooded, I can put some lands out of the top of my deck when I do get one off. Faith's Fetters is coming up. Sadly, I don't have any white mana online, but that's okay. Gets his 4th land down, And here's the
Oh.
Angelic Destiny. Dan, didn't you just play against us in a draft?
I played my first draft in 4 years, and I played against that. That thing is something crazy.
It is a really good enchant card. What is this? Flying and First Strike. Well, at least they didn't give it Lifelink and Trample. But yeah, Flying and First Strike is not bad. So we have
Oh,
flying.
you can't kill it either. It goes back to his hand.
Right. Well, at least, you could force him to, like, get up another creature. At the moment, I'm, a turn away from dying if it weren't for the Moment's Peace.
Right.
So life is pretty tough here. I do got this mountain on top of my deck, which I play.
No, you played the forest
Ooh,
first.
whoa, that was a mistake. I should have played the mountain. What was I doing? Well, thankfully, I'm not punished for my error this time, but that was a bad play. I should have played the mountain off the top in case this little card was also a land. Whew, bad play. All right, well, since there was a land on top of my deck, I am actually capable now of swinging, getting in my 2 damage, playing Stunted Growth, and making him put all 3 of his cards on top of his library. And now I have just enough mana to play Moment's Peace and survive 1 more turn.
What is the picture on Stunted Growth? It used to be a picture of an owl. It's not a picture of an owl anymore.
It's a dude with a book that's like spiderwebby.
Okay.
Alright, I think he's got to know I have the Moment's Peace, but he swings anyway, which is smart just to make me use it, I suppose.
Well, no, he'd kill you. He doesn't have to know.
Oh, yeah. I think
he wants to kill you, right?
Well, I think he probably... Oh, that's true. Maybe he just thought I wasn't conceding. It was just weird of me to attack with this guy, because at least I could have chumped the golem if I didn't have the answer. Well, I luck out. There's planes on top of my deck. This Oracle lets me play the planes. Honestly, Faith's Fetters is pretty much the ideal way to get rid of that, because it doesn't put the enchantment back in his hand. And I gain 4 life, which I kind of need.
Oh, you don't play the mountain first to see what's up there?
I guess I couldn't really use it. But yeah, I have this Wrath coming up.
Oh, you can't. Well, you can't even use that because then all his stuff goes back to his hand.
Right, the enchantment.
Well, the enchantment does.
Yeah, so I'm hesitant to use it. And I'm not in too bad of shape. He's only got 1 card. He's a 3/3 to my 2/2. Fine.
Right.
But if I draw anything...
the Moment's Peace.
I have the Moment's Peace, and I have, all this land, and all this mana. So if I draw a bomb, I can play it. If he draws a bomb, he's actually mana screwed at the moment. Alright, on his turn, swings at me for 3 damage. He's got nothing. I have the Kabu coming up, which is great. It means I'm going to be able to kill this. So I hold off on the sorcery. I don't need to put the
you don't want to do that anyway. Then his guy becomes a 7/7 artifact creature.
Oh yeah, the artifact creature isn't going to get killed. Oh wow, it's a good thing I didn't do that because I just forgot about that. Alright, so he swings at me with Mr. Golem. He's up to 3 cards in hand, but still mana screwed. And I can get a mountain off the top, a forest off the top. Life is good. Alright, so I swing at him, play my Kavu, and I can kill off the golem.
Now here, I probably would have actually played the Kavu first. Just in case he had something to protect his guy. Because he's not going to be able to do anything different based on whether you play the Kavu first or not. He knows you have it in your hand already. But it gives you additional information to know whether he's going to save his guy or not.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's a good play. I should have done that before attacking then. Well, fortunately I'm not punished for my mistake once again. He does get a 5th plains. Which I guess he didn't... He must have been holding back on land, I guess? Because this clearly was not a top deck this time, because he could have played it last time. I don't think.
Or maybe he had no reason to play the extra planes. Who knows?
Could be. So this Tarmogoyf is kind of annoying, because it does stop me from attacking into him. Now I'm curious what you think, Dan.
Yeah.
Should I have attacked in anyway, just to try to race him? No, there's no way.
No, that doesn't look right. He takes 2 damage, goes down to 7, and hits you down to 2. That doesn't look right.
No. Okay, so it's a standstill.
Especially because he knows every single card you've drawn for the last few turns.
I keep forgetting he actually knows that. He does not choose to attack me. I guess the Moment's Peace I have here is going to make me win the race if he races me. So I put a mountain out. And I got this guy coming out, so he's cool. Creatures you control have haste. So that'll be coming online next turn. I pass the turn. He gets another plains. He does nothing.
Oh, it's interesting. You held the Raphaelos.
Yeah, I just was afraid of maybe he had gotten another Wrath or something. But here, let's do a quick count. If I had played this guy and Raphaelos and attacked with everything, that would have been 10 damage coming at him. He could have blocked 4 of it.
Right.
And then that would have been 6 damage. So I would have been 3 away from killing him. I don't know. Would you have gone for it?
I don't think so. He's holding a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I played way too cautiously. I didn't even play my creatures.
Oh.
I guess I figure I have enough mana that I can just put him down.
Oh, I mean, it's good to play around Wrath that way if you're not going to kill him this turn because all of your things will have haste.
Yeah. So, Lotus Cobra, and I have an extra creature, so now I can swing at him for 12.
I mean, now you should probably kill him, right?
Well, if I swing at him, I'm swinging at him, what, 4, 8, 10, 12, 14? Yeah, I had the killing blow here. I could have gone for it, maybe. I just had to hold back another turn. So this Deranged Hermit's coming up. So that plus this plus these things is definitely going to be enough.
And you have the Moment's Peace just in case something goes wrong.
And if something goes wrong, I do have the Moment's Peace. I put down Powder Keg. I don't know. I should have put down some of these, at least one of those creatures, just to.
Yeah, I don't think you actually have enough mana next turn to play all that stuff, do you?
No.
5, 10, 14. What do you actually have? You have 11. Oh no, I guess you do. You do have enough.
I do, but not for that and the Moment's Peace. So I should have played one of these guys down. Alright, I put one counter on Powder Keg. Put down a Forest. I got this thing coming up. So, yeah, I think I mess up here. So what I do is I play the Hermit.
Okay.
And get my tokens.
Get all your guys.
And I play the guy that gives everything haste.
Okay.
And I've got mana left over to put these guys down as well. Then I would have...
Oh yeah, I would just go for it all.
Overwhelming numbers, and I could kill him. But I choose to hold back. I even choose not to attack with my little Hermit. Well, he can condemn my big guy,
right?
Give me some life, and then block my other guy.
Oh, what else is he? Oh, look at that.
With this land.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice
board.
it. Yeah, this land that is a creature.
What is that? Okay.
And now, if I hadn't had a charge counter on Powder Keg, I could have actually tapped it to kill it.
Well, you would have killed all your own squirrels.
Oh, yeah, wow. So I didn't want to do that for sure. Well, okay. So now he can block a thing with that, block a thing with that, and I hit him for 8 damage. I needed to have swung with my Hermit. That would have, because now I put him down to 1 hit point. All my squirrels went unblocked, and this would have just won me the game. So that.
But he could have condemned it and prevented some damage too if he wanted to. I think it comes out about even with the.
Well, he condemned my 4/4.
Right.
So he didn't have. Oh, he could have condemned it to.
Right.
Still would have
reduced the.
Oh, that would have been. Yeah, you're right. He could have done it, and then made those much weaker.
Oh, you still don't play your guys out.
I still don't play my guys out. What is wrong with me? Well, he does.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay.
He does have the Wrath. He should have probably swung at me with Tarmogoyf just to test if I would be smart enough to chump block.
Yeah.
I think he missed something there. But what he does do...
He gets his enchantment back, right?
Yep.
And now he can, swing for 3.
He gets the enchantment.
Oh, yeah, next turn you're...
and then swings for 3.
Next turn you're dead if he activates that again. And
Right. But... now I finally put down my 2 creatures. Or all my creatures.
But he can kill you with his guy, right? It gives it flying, doesn't it?
Right. He has enough damage to kill me exactly. And he puts the enchantment back on and swings at me with exactly enough damage to kill me. This time, unlike in the last game, I actually remember that I have Moment's Peace in my graveyard.
Oh, well, I just forgot about that.
Oh, hey, sweet.
Okay, okay, you got it anyway.
So I flash it back, and then I win, because I'm going to win on the next turn. So, but anyway, all that could have been avoided if I had just put down my other dudes and swung at him that one turn. So I didn't need to give him those extra chances. It's worth noting, this game took so long, I'm down to 4 minutes and 15 seconds. So in the last game, I was kind of in trouble because I had to not only win, but win fast. If there's one thing I'm not good at doing, it's winning fast with this deck. Okay, so here's the land that I keep. It's a little dicey, but I have 2 nice cards.
Oh no, you can accelerate out Stunted Growth.
I can accelerate out Stunted Growth. So I just need another mountain to be really happy, but...
And there you go.
There it is. Alright. He taps lands, does nothing. I don't really mind flooding too much with Rude Awakening, so that's okay. I do nothing. He plays the champion. I guess that, all things considered, that's fine. Alright, at this point I pull out my mirror and hold my breath. He drops planes, drops the spell,
What
Skite.
is this? Change start. Oh, okay. So it just absorbs things. And
yeah.
What is that? That's you pay 2 life mana symbol or
Right.
something like
so
that.
you can pay a blue or 2 life.
Oh,
I don't think he
okay.
has any blue, but 2 life is obviously fine. Alright, he starts the clock. Now on my turn, I could plow him under, but I decided instead to start racing with my hero. What do you think about that, Dan?
So next turn he's going to go up. He would have to play out a land and 2 cards from his hand to get under stunted growth. I think it's fine to play out this guy first.
Alright, it's good. So I swing at him for quite a bit of damage.
Oh, right. He has that ability. He can't he blocks that guy.
So the Spellskite, which has power 1 or less, can't block. So I smack him for 10.
Yeah.
Now,
That.
So now I'm winning the race. Swings back at me, and he has Fiend Hunter.
Okay.
All right. So he's going to be able to steal my dude off the map.
Sure.
But if I can get lucky and draw some kind of removal, it'll come back. Well, I get a land. Now at this point, I am 1 mana shy of playing Rude Awakening. I don't think I want to play it anyway.
No, you don't want to play it.
It's not going to kill him. So now it's time to...
Well, you have to play it for 8 for it to really do anything.
Yeah. The problem is, even if, like, next turn I play it for 8, but I only have 6 lands. So even next turn, it's not really good enough.
Oh, no, yeah.
Well, I stumped his growth. Put some cards back on top of his library. There he goes. And I hope for the best. He doesn't actually have that much damage coming at me, so I feel
well,
pretty good.
He didn't play any lands last turn, so he did play something, so he still might have other things in his hand that he can play, but no, it doesn't look like it. So he's stuck for the next 3 turns. That's a really good sign for you right here.
I didn't even notice that, but that's right, because I stunted him. He should be stuck. All right, I hang tight. I realize I don't have enough lands to kill him.
Well, now you can, right?
I think now I can't. I don't know why. Did I have enough? If I just played one of these forests, I would have had...
Well, the forest wouldn't have been able to attack.
Oh, yeah.
But you could have attacked him for 12, and he would have blocked one of them, but he would have been down to 2.
But then what would I have done the next turn?
Yeah, I guess... you have 1 more free turn, right? He cannot play... I mean, unless he stacked his things incorrectly, he can't play anything this turn either.
Okay.
And so now you should just be able to kill him.
Yeah. So now I have Moment's Peace just in case. Could I kill him right now?
Yeah, I think you can.
So I have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coming at him.
Right.
And he can
I mean,
block
he could have something in his hand, some combat trick that he hasn't been able to play.
Yeah, he could have like a Condemn and just save
but
himself.
I mean, then he's down at 2, and you have Rift Bolt. So
that's true. I did it backwards. I should have just done that, see if it won, and then I had Rift Bolt as the backup. Instead, I decided to spend the Rift Bolt.
So what did you target with it? Oh no, you don't have to target anything yet.
Yeah.
Well, right now you should still probably use the Rude Awakening to attack. You can still do it.
Oh, because this is a... This is a Summoning Sick Mountain. So if I use my Summoning Sick Mountain to play the Rift Bolt...
Even if you don't, because all the other lands are going to untap.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, could I just... So he has the Spellskite, so he can pay 2 damage so that it goes to him instead of... To the Spellskite instead of to his face.
Oh, I see.
So he still takes 2 damage. So that would put him down to 10.
Well, no. Well, what I meant at this point is that... oh, yeah, you could have just targeted with Rift Bolt. What I meant is that... He has to have a combat trick to survive the Rude Awakening right now.
Right. Yeah, I should have done it. I didn't. That was a mistake. So I let him live for another turn and maybe draw.
So now he's drawing clean off the top of his deck again.
Yeah, that's a good lesson that I should pay attention to, like when my stunted growth kind of expires, so to speak. At this point, I was down to under a minute of clock. So I target him with the Rift Bolt. He changes it to Spellskite, and it's actually like sort of time consuming to tap all these lands.
Sure is, yeah.
And then 15 seconds now I have to click on them all to make him attack them. Except for the Summoning Sick one, and I pass priority with like 7 seconds on the clock. And I actually managed to win.
Wow, hey,
7 seconds remaining, so that was very exciting. And he says good games, so good sport. Got a little lucky there, I definitely made some mistakes. I'm not sure if there's any way I could have won that first game. Possibly if I had dropped the powder keg earlier.
Which one was the first game?
That was the one where he dropped his Sorin and made the mantle.
Oh.
And it was that epic back and forth shenanigan.
Oh, I can't remember that one.
Yeah, it was a wild trip. All right, there's one match
more match,
left, so
okay.
I'm in the finals. of all things. Alrighty. So this is actually my second game against the guy.
Yeah, it must be a smokestack. You didn't have that main deck.
That's correct. Let me just double check to make sure that was the first game lost? No, the first game was not lost. We can check that out.
I'd be interested to see what you thought the smokestack would be good for.
All right. Well, here's the first game. It's kind of unremarkable, I suppose.
Looks solid.
He says hello and good luck.
Oh, you used to not record the little macro phrases in the replays.
Oh, it's a macro phrase.
You can right click. I remember in the beta test of this, they had really funny macros in there.
What do they have?
They had like, this game's all luck. Or,
I just thought someone was being
I got mana screwed. You know, things like that are just classic whining Magic phrases.
Nice. I'm glad they catered to their player base. So he's got the aggressive deck. He plays the Vanguard on turn 1. Well, I just have nothing for it but to play my Monolith. Swings at me for 2. Nothing on turn 2, luckily.
Oh, you didn't quite have enough red to get that guy out.
If only. Yeah. I could have played the Elder, but I decided to put more mana out.
Okay.
This turns out to be okay, because he does have Lightning Helix, which could have killed my Elder. Alright, he has a Morph.
Oh, that's colorless, right? So all his dust won't kill it.
Right, which is unfortunate. So he swings at me.
Morph. I used to be able to, back in Onslaught draft, I could read all sorts of morphs. Now I have no idea what this is.
Oh,
sort
yeah.
of contextless.
Right. Well, I put down my Elder to act as a blocker as opposed to trying to put this guy down to act as an attacker.
Now, there was a zombie cutthroat going around, wasn't there?
There was a zombie cutthroat going around.
That's what this is, isn't it?
Yes,
it is.
So, yeah, he kills me.
Wow, I can still read morphs, even.
You're a champ, man. And more is coming. He's got this thing.
What is this?
Target legendary creature from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of neat. Alright. Well, I got mana for all his dust. I decided to use it here. Maybe I could have played the Flame Tongue Kavu, tried to wait, but killing 3 of his things didn't seem bad.
You don't know when that's going to be good.
And I've got 2 red guys ready to go online. Here's another Morph.
Oh no, this time I don't know what it is. Is it Exalted Angel or it could be that Fire Cat. I think there was one of those going around too.
That's what I thought it was. Well, I decided not to take any chances. The Morph
Whip Quarter. Oh, we did see that.
Quarter.
We did see that going around, I think.
So, yep. Not the mightiest thing I just killed there, but whatever.
And it's interesting that he chose to morph that.
Yeah, well, he got me to waste. I would not have, used.
On a Whip Quarter, it's a tapper. It's still
no, I suppose,
good.
but I could have used the Rift Bolt on that.
That's
and
true.
saved this for example, the Masticore. Now here, I just feel like from this point on, I did not just play correctly. So this thing, you can throw...
this isn't the normal Masticore.
Yeah, it's a little different. You can pay 4 mana.
Discard a card or pay for discard a... Exile a creature Oh, interesting. Okay. Regenerate it. So how many cards does he have in his hand? So he's not quite locked down.
Right. He's got... more than enough creatures here. 4. Right. And he can do that to me every turn, so it is a clock. He can just throw away everything he's got.
That hits players, too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Target creature or player. He can kill anything I put down. He can kill me because he has 4 cards.
The old Masticore didn't do that, did it? It only hit creatures, I think.
I think so, yeah. So he's got a Firebolt also to get rid of my Kavu, which is nice. Now here... Rift Bolt. It's proving its worthlessness. I can't quite kill this thing while he's tapped out.
Yeah.
So it really would have been nice to have the Flame Tongue Kavu here, because then I could have...
Yeah, even for the Whip Quarter, though, even if you'd known it was a Whip Quarter, I still might have played the Kavu out just because you want to put him on a clock. And if he isn't having any of their creatures, then that creature is just sitting in your hand not doing anything.
That's true. Now here I can't believe I did this. I play the Heartbeat of Spring. That's bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Because he's going to kill you next turn, right?
Yeah, because now this gives him the mana he needs to do it twice per turn.
Oh, you don't even play your guy.
I don't have... Why didn't I play my... I don't know why I didn't play my guy. Yeah, I'm just not sure what I was... I just don't understand what I was doing exactly. So he swings at me. He doesn't even have to use the ability.
Yeah, there he goes. Oh, you
I untap my Grim Monolith. That's clearly what was necessary to be done
Now,
here.
could he have killed you there? He needs to activate it 3 times, and each of those is that a 2 or a 4 activation?
It's a 4 activation, so he can do.
So he couldn't quite kill you.
Right, but
Okay.
at the end of my turn, he can do it once,
untap.
twice, 3 times.
Okay, so he will probably do.
Yeah, I don't have enough to kill him. So I do play out my guys. Thanks, Heartbeat of Spring.
Okay, so it's gonna hit him for.
I don't know why I didn't attack with that. Why? I don't know. I could have. So let's take a look at this. Last turn, I could have actually played this guy instead of the Heartbeat.
Yeah.
And then swung at him. And then he obviously wasn't going to trade with his Manticore, or if he did, that would be fine.
Right.
But if he didn't, that would have been 4 damage. Here, if I would have swung again, that would have been another.
Right? Does it give himself a?
No, the battle cry is only to others.
I see, okay.
So that would have been 4 damage, so he'd be down to 10. And now, if I had swung with him this turn, that would have been 10 again, putting him down to 6. So, no, I didn't really have enough even with the Roof Bolt to burn him out. That Lightning Helix put him above, even with correct play on my part, to be able to kill him. Well, but now he starts tapping mana at the end of my turn to exile all his creatures and just burn me out.
Right. Yeah.
So that card just really won him the game. And I'm like, oh, that's what you're doing. I see what you did there, and I can see.
There you go, okay.
Okay, so that was sad. Now, this is what I decided to put in the smokestack against. Because I figured he was playing an aggressive deck. I wanted him to throw away his creatures rather than while I threw away my lands. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a good decision.
Oh, I mean, one thing you could do is you could like the Grim Monolith. You can throw that away. Does this let you sacrifice any permanent?
Yeah. So this, you know, as the player of the smokestack, you have an advantage. They're the first one to begin sacrificing.
Right.
You can get rid of the
and
smokestack.
you can sacrifice Heartbeat of Spring or other symmetrical things with it.
It's true. Well, the aggression begins with Isamaru. This time I do have a thing with which to block it. Not that it matters, because he has Lightning Helix.
Would you have blocked there? I definitely wouldn't have.
Oh yeah, maybe because I do need mana, so I could have played this, and then that would have been a nice mana to have, I suppose. So yeah, well, he doesn't take any chances. He swings at me with the Hound. I put down my Mana Mirror. You know, I think the only reason Smokestack was effective is because I think, he didn't get Mana Screwed.
You're giving it away. It is effective, then.
It ends up being pretty effective. Yes, against this weird guy. I've never seen this before. You can pay an extra mana once weak things come into play and draw a card.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Well, I decided to go for it. Put down the Mighty Smokestack.
Yeah, that looks decent here.
So he doesn't get another land.
What
he does get this thing.
X and white comes in. So it's a 1/1. Put a 1 counter on itself. So he has a Firebolt in his hand, it looks like.
What he actually was doing was he kept.
I forgot that thing takes a mana to action.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was hoping to draw more lands. He was not so lucky, but he does swing at me for 4. I carefully stack the abilities to make sure I don't screw myself. And he's going to have to sack something next turn. I have this Ancient Grudge.
Oh, you can use that on your own Smokestack if you really want.
If I really need to.
At the end of his turn, after he starts sacrificing more stuff.
Ooh, yeah. That would have been a smart play. Yeah, I could have just ramped up that Smokestack. Interesting. Well, I am pretty good at drawing this Flame Tongue Kabu, so I kill his little card drawer. And he has to now sacrifice something. He gets rid of his little dude. Doesn't want to swing with the Hound. He's still mana screwed. Since I see him mana screwed, I decide to put another counter on the Smokestack. So it's up to 2 now. I get another land. And I decide to beat down. So really, I think it's just Smokestack was actually terrible, but because he got.
Oh no! I mean, you got to. He has to sacrifice first,
right? But I think if he had actually been making his land drops, it wouldn't have been this devastating. So now he's just totally boned.
Right.
I don't put an extra counter on it, but
Oh, you don't sacrifice it to itself either.
I don't sacrifice. Well, I want him to get totally cleaned out.
It kind of looks like he already is.
I suppose he is. Alright, so he loses his planes. He has no permanents on the board, no mana. Now I get rid of the Smokestack.
Right, so now you're back down to 1 land. You could have been at 3 and him at 1, or if you'd used the Ancient Grudge a little bit better than that even.
I figured with this guy, though.
Yeah, I guess that's fine.
I've got mana if I need it. So I beat down and he can see.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was fun. So now we're playing the final match. This is for all of the marbles.
Yeah, that smokestack was really good. I forgot about the asymmetrical stacking on that.
Yeah.
It looks like it probably should just be a main deck card.
Oh, maybe. All right. So in this final match, this was really hilarious. Check out my opening hand.
That looks good.
Got creatures, Rude Awakening thing. Right. My win conditions here. I got the Fire Spout. He is playing an aggressive deck.
Yeah.
All right. Turn 1. Plains, tap, Burnt and Forge Tender.
Oh, that guy's decent.
That guy's really decent. So I can't target him because he's protection from red to clear the way for Fire Spout, and he's going to cancel Fire Spout when it comes online.
So what do you think about just trying to run Lotus Cobra into it?
Do I try that? Let me see. He plays this first striker.
Oh, wow. It's only 2 mana? Oh, and he had to pay life? That seems really good.
It's pretty sweet. So I do put down... I don't put down my Lotus Cobra. I probably should have.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's really anything to do with all that colorless mana right now.
Yeah, no kidding. So yeah, I mean, I think he was smarter than to use Burnt and Forge Tender to trade with my Cobra.
Really? I'm not so sure about that. Second turn Lotus Cobra can be really scary if you get some kind of land search or anything to ramp up.
I mean, it's just 1 free mana per turn, though. Unless I get that Oracle out.
Yeah, there are sack lands going around. That would give me
yeah, I thought about that. He's got this thing. So whenever it attacks a 4/4...
now you have to Fire Spout, right?
Well, it's going to get canceled. So I decide to... Oh yeah, so this is hexproof too, so I can't kill it with my double strike. I decide to see if I can bait him to waste his Burnt and Forge Tender. He clearly does not.
Yeah. What exactly does that do? Does that prevent all the damage from...
It prevents all the damage.
Not just 2 A source.
All damage a red source of your choice would deal. It just beats me. If that were any other 1-drop white creature, I would have probably had a really good chance of winning, if not just trivially won. But instead, on my turn, after he plays this Morph, I play the Almighty Fire Spout, and he sacks the Forge Tender.
He doesn't misclick.
No. So I lose the match. So my sideboard card beat him, the Smokestack.
What was the Morph?
Ooh, I don't think we can ever know now.
It's supposed to reveal it at the end of the game. Unless they... No, I guess not. Okay.
I never saw it, so now we'll never know.
Okay.
So, considering how terribly I played and how badly I drafted, that wasn't bad. I won 2 matches.
That was a 2-1? That was pretty good.
And almost even pulled it out in the finals. All right, Dan, thanks for joining me. Thanks for offering your insights.
Thanks for having me, Boris.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And this was a pretty long video, so thanks to anyone who's actually watched this all the way through. Till next time.